Hello, 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 and happy new year. I know I'm a little late in saying happy new year, but when does when does it cut off that we can't say happy new year anymore? Is it like all of July all of January we can say it, or is it up until like the second week of January? I don't know. It doesn't matter though. Happy New Year. I'm excited for 2022, and who would have thought? Not me. No, I'm just playing. If you know, you know. Uh, I am super pumped for this year, as I am for every year, just for the new start, new beginning, everything that a new year represents, the new challenges, the new opportunities. And I hope that you are as well. I set some New Year's goals for me. And I typically don't do that, but I also this is what gets me. I also don't hate on people who do. I never have. I think it's awesome. I love it. I love it when everyone sets goals for themselves, no matter the time of year. And I understand the importance of doing it on the new year because of everything that the January 1st symbolizes and represents. But like when I see people post on social media, and this has been true for as long as social media has been around, someone will post like a list of their goals, and then I'll see someone else say, I'm not going to post my goals. I'm going to show you. I'm going to accomplish them. And I'm like, bro, like it's not a big deal that people write their goals down and tell people and show them. They're excited. And that's not a big deal. You should be excited for them. And I'm excited for them. Um, we should be in their corner. We should be in each other's corner. We should be hyping each other up. We should be each other's hype men all the time. We should be each other's gym. How you are with your gym partner, you should be like that with your friends, with your acquaintances. The hatred of one another is just mind boggling when I see people are like, I'm going to show you my goals. I'm not going to post them. I'm going to, I'm going to do this. I don't need to tell anybody. I'm like, bruh, relax. It's not that serious. It's really not. But I actually posted my goals. I don't typically do the goals saying. Um, of course, I have goals um, that I always like to accomplish and stuff, but I don't like write them down, or I never have. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not saying those that do are crazy people or anything like that, because I guess that would make me a crazy person this year. But I typically just, okay, I want to read a little bit more. Um, I want to be in better shape. I want to take care of my body a little bit more, maybe save a little bit more money, kind of like those things, right? I don't really put like, I want to do this, want to do that, want to do this, and write it all down. But this year I did, like I said, and I'm just going to share them. I shared them on my personal Instagram, and I'm going to share them here. I want to compete in 2 triathlons. Now, I've ran in a couple 5Ks so far, and they were rough, but I didn't really train for them. And so I'm going to start like actually training for these things to be able to compete. Now, I use the word compete instead of just participate because I want to take them serious. If I'm going to train, if I'm going to swim a lot and run a lot and start biking, then I want to, you know, be with the best. And you might be like, Aaron, that's silly. That's a crazy, crazy thing to say when people are doing this for a long time. You might be right, but I'm still going to try. I'm going to give it my 100%. I don't want to just a participation award. I want to actually take this mess serious. And so my dad was actually the one that inspired that. He was talking, I think, mid-December, and was just like, I am going to compete in triathlons next year, and I'm going to start swimming a lot and working out a lot. And I was like, that got me hype. I was like, heck yeah, I want to do the same thing. And that's kind of what sparked my actual list that I wrote down for things that I want to accomplish in this new year. And I was like, heck yeah, man, I want to compete in a couple of triathlons with you, Dad. And I want to take this serious. And so I'm going to do it with him. We're really excited. We're going to do one in April in Virginia, and then we're going to go to Utah and do one as well. And so, yo, if you want to hop on that train, you are more than welcome to do so. I think it's, with everything going on, I've talked about health. I've talked about the importance of health and fitness and eating right, taking your vitamins, all those different things. The time is now. You have a great excuse to do it. You have a great opportunity to do it now with this new year, this new beginning. Take advantage of the new deals that are happening at the gym. I think Anytime Fitness, everyone has an Anytime Fitness pretty much around them. Anytime Fitness has like a $1 joining fee right now. Do it, man. I think Planet has like still a $10 a month uh, membership fee. Man, do that. I think it's $20 for 24/7, and you have access to, I think, a couple other things. Man, why not? You probably spend $10 on some other thing that you don't even realize, right? You spend $2 at the vending machine, $2 there, and by the end of the month, you've spent $100 on miscellaneous things, right? What's $10 going to do? It's not really going to hurt you, right? Go put it at Planet, or go find a gym. Man, there's so many gyms around. Take advantage of it. It's a great opportunity for you to really take your health serious, really start focusing. It's a process. I'm not going to focus too much on health, but it's a process. You might not see immediate results within the first week. You might, or 2 weeks, especially, and depending on your body size, it might take months for you to start seeing some serious change, depending on what your goals are, right? It might be a week that you start seeing some change, but you'll definitely start feeling better. You'll start feeling mentally better. You start feeling physically better. You'll start feeling your joints being better, being more mobile, stretch, take care of your diet, take care of your gut. Gut health is so crucial and important. Your diet has got to change. I'm kind of just speaking in generalizations, kind of covering a broad spectrum. I don't really have any one specific in mind, but these are all true, right? Get your cardio in, get your diet right, all those good things. Progressive overload with your muscles, right? So I love it. I love it. This is a great opportunity. Start changing, start growing. And me and my dad are going to compete in these triathlons, and I'm super pumped. So that was one of the goals that I set. And another goal that I set, I wanted to read more. I actually wrote it down, though. I read 2 books a month. And so I'm excited about that. I've already halfway through one of them. And so I'm super pumped about that. It's called, and I'll share them as I'm going along, or I'll probably post them on my personal Instagram, or my private one, my More Than a Party podcast one. And the first one that I'm reading right now is just the first conspiracy, and it's talking about the plot to kill George Washington, the first plot to kill George Washington. So it's pretty interesting, pretty intriguing, and so cool, right? That's a great goal that I have for myself that I would like to accomplish, and so I'm super pumped about that. I want to grow this podcast, whatever that might entail. Maybe taking a little bit more time as far as marketing is concerned. I don't do a lot of outreach as far as my podcast is concerned. I just post on the social media page, on the Instagram. I don't use a Facebook. I don't post anything on Twitter. I'm kind of over Twitter, to be honest. But whatever that entails, maybe you have some ideas. If you want to reach out to me, I would honestly, if I could pay someone to do it for me, I would love to do that. If you would be willing to do it for free, that would be such a blessing. As if people just have free time to worry about this podcast and marketing for it. But hey, I'm just going to throw it out there. Maybe someone has, that burden and wants to see this podcast grow as well. Then if you have ideas, or if you would like to do it, and we could figure out some financial resources to be able to support the marketing system dynamic aspect of it, then man, I am all ears, and we can figure it out. If you have any ideas, serious, if you have any ideas, I am more than welcome. I'm more than willing to listen and hear them out. Another aspect of growing this podcast, I've said this a number of times, I want to talk to people. I don't mind talking by myself, but I want to talk to anyone. I've reached out to people that have DM'd me and said, I can't believe you think the way that you think about this. I can't believe that you would this. I had someone DM me and be like, um, you have to be joking. If you're not joking, then you're an idiot. And I can't even remember what it was, but it was a pretty harsh DM. And I just responded. I was like, hey, let's go get a cup of coffee and we could talk about it. I'm not really a big fan of arguing over Instagram. Uh, you can't really over text and just in general, right? You can't hear the tone in which someone's talking. You can't see their face and how they're expressing their emotions. And so I'm not a big fan of trying to argue with people over text. And they never or they said something else, and I ended up saying something else, and then they never responded. And that's happened a number of different times where I've reached out. I'm like, hey, let's go grab a bite to eat, or hey, can you talk on the phone, or hey, and they're like, no, and I'm like, okay, then I don't. I'm not just going to argue for the sake of arguing. Like, I want to try and hear what you're saying. I want to try and um, give my opinion in a way of helping you understand how I feel. And text just doesn't really do that, right? Reading a paper doesn't always portray someone's emotions or how someone's actually trying to communicate. So, you know, with that being said, I would not mind talking to someone that is of the opposite party, of the opposite mindset on this podcast, whatever it might be. We could have a cup of coffee and we could just talk, man. That's something that is just lost, especially I feel like especially in my generation. Um, Maybe it's just because I'm around it more, people my age more, and I see it. But I mean, there is such just a hard-heartedness, and maybe I come across that way as well. I don't know, but I feel like there's just such a hard-heartedness with if you don't think this way, we can't be friends. I mean, come on, like that's gotta end. And I think the way to do that is actually talking to people that might disagree with you, not name calling. Um, and so I would love again to, if you're listening to this and you might be like, Aaron, I disagree with this. Let's talk and sit down. I would love that. Doesn't even have to be about politics. As um, if you listen to my 2 episodes ago or 1 episode ago with my buddy Ethan, we talked, I think maybe like 20 minutes about baseball and just old times, and love that. If you want to reach out to me and talk to me about how much you love fishing, well, I'll put you on the podcast. Or if you want to talk to me about how much you love painting and art and drawing and whatever it might be, surfing, man, I am all ears. That's what this podcast is all about. Again, my passion is history. My passion is politics. So naturally, I'm going to talk about those things when I'm by myself or if I'm with someone that's also their passion. But hey, early on, I was talking to, I talked to my mom, her testimony. I talked to my brother-in-law, Nate, his testimony, Francois, brother from our church, his testimony, right? So I talked to uh, 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 Hannah Mickens, and we talked about just education and different things like that. And obviously, I have a number of different episodes. I think I might have a total of like plus 30 now. So whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about. Reach out to me. Listen, this isn't live. This isn't scripted. So if you want to come on, and if the reason why you don't want to come on is because you're nervous, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It will be fun. We'll have a good time. And yeah, so I want to grow this podcast. And to do that, I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to your friends or whoever it might be that you think that their voice, their story needs to get out there. Man, this is the platform. Everyday average people, Americans, a teacher in Quincy, West Virginia. That's where I am. Getting our voice out, getting our voice heard in this crazy, crazy world. So I'm excited, but to grow this podcast. Another thing that I want to do is I want to keep investing more. I want to keep investing my money in different stocks and now crypto and NFTs and different things like that, and real estate. Man, if you have advice for me, then I am more than willing to hear it. I am all ears, man. I have my own research, my own things that I've already invested in. And but man, if you have something else, me and my brother-in-law Nate and Leonard and my dad, we're all talking. We're excited. We're gonna just sharing different ideas. And so if you have some ideas and you want to help me out and you want to help us out, man, do it. I I I am all ears. I am humble pie. I don't know everything. No one does. We're all imperfect. We all need to grow. We all need to change. And so and learn and grow in knowledge. So I am all ears. And it's funny because one of my when we came back to school, one of my journal entries that I make the kids do, my students do every day. Some of them were really silly, like what superpower would you have if you could have any of them in the Marvel universe or in the DC universe, right? So sometimes they're silly. If I think one of them last year was if an alien came down and you had to convince them not to destroy the world, give them 3 reasons why. So, and most of the time it was like, I think one of them was like, if you don't destroy the world, or sorry, one reason not to destroy the world is Chick-fil-A. And I was like, man, that's, if I'm an alien and I go eat Chick-fil-A, the world's not getting destroyed. Chick-fil-A is GOAT. Yes, it is better than Cane's. Yes, it is better than Zaxby's. So please don't start mentioning anything else. Chick-fil-A is GOAT. It's the Lord's chicken, first off. Second off, they have Chick-fil-A sauce, which is better than Cane sauce and is better than Zaxby sauce. So I just don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. So you have any goals? Comment them down below on the YouTube, Instagram page. I want to hear them. I'm excited for you to grow, to change. One of the things, though, going back to my journal entry, is when we came back, I was like, give me 3 New Year resolutions. And I just started off, I was like, none of you are perfect. I'm not perfect. We can all change and we can all grow. Because I knew the first response was going to be from all of them, I don't have any New Year goals. I don't have any New Year. And that's fine. But and I knew another and I started hearing this every class. Oh, I don't need to do anything. And I'm like, even if you think that, it's not true. Like, it's just not. And what always comes to my mind, and I'll jokingly say that to them, and I'll be like, you definitely need to change, you know what I'm saying? And everyone laughs and they laugh, and we have a good time. But the video when I'm like, you're not perfect, you need to change. The video that comes to mind is Chris Pratt when he's giving that speech at the Generation Award. And he's like, some of you are going to say, oh, I'm perfect just the way I am. And he's like, you're not. That's what always comes to my mind. And he's like, there's a designer who designed you that way. And, and he gives you grace, and don't forget that. And I loved it. It was a great speech. Go get it. Go listen to it. It'll hype you up. And so, yeah, pretty cool. So those are some of my goals. I want to hear yours. Send them my way and I'll hype you up. I'll be your hype man. And if you want me to, man, I'll try and keep you accountable. I will try and keep you on the right course, on the right path. And we could do this together. If your goal is to learn a new instrument, man, I never thought I would learn guitar. Like, I just didn't. When I moved to West Virginia, I had a little bit more free time. I take that back. I created free time, right? I created time for me to go and sit down and actually practice learning the guitar. And that's what it took. It took me asking my dad, can you teach me these chords? Taught me 4 chords, G, C, D, or 3 chords, G, C, D. Didn't even move my fingers, right? Some of you that play an instrument will know what I'm talking about. And then he taught me E minor. And he's like, you can play any worship song doing that. So I practiced those. Practiced. Got the calluses on my finger. Kept practicing. Couldn't play a bar chord with ease for a while. That I had to practice those. Listen, it just takes time. It takes energy. It takes mental focus, and it takes you creating time to sit down and practice. Then with the piano, I just YouTubed, chords. So I just YouTubed chords. And then Bobby, my friend in Tucson, shout out Bobby. He told me, okay, you need to, before you start doing the three fingers, right? It's tempting just to do pointer, middle, and ring and play like that. He's like, do these: pointer, middle. Oh, no. Sorry. Thumb, middle, and pinky. So every other finger, and play the keys that way. And he's like, it's going to be really uncomfortable, but you need to practice. If you're going to learn, you need to practice doing it like that. What did I do? Practice. So whatever you are wanting to do, learn, grow in, read, spiritual, whatever it might be, read the Bible more, pray every day, work out every day. Listen, you can do it. It's just going to take a little bit more energy than you might be thinking, right? You might be like, oh, it's not a big deal to work out in the morning. And then the morning comes and you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take some mental focus. Oh, I'm going to start praying in the morning. And that morning comes, rolls around, and you're like, oof, actually, do I really, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. You just have to start creating good habits, become more disciplined, set more standards for yourself, and you can make it happen. You can make it happen. And what's stopping you from doing it? Is it pain? Well, that will go away. Is it a lack of time? Wake up earlier. Is it someone else? If they're negative, if they're a bad influence, cut them out of your life or stop talking to them as much. If they're not on the same mindset, on the same wavelength, and you've tried to convince them and they're going to just keep pressuring you to just keep doing stupid stuff, and maybe you're struggling with alcohol, and every weekend they're telling you, come out, man, cut them off. They're not good for you. And that's actually a biblical principle. If you've already tried to talk to them and then talk to an elder to talk to them and try to get them to change or whatever it might be, it's time to get rid of them. Not in a mean way. Be nice. But if they're holding you back, if they're keeping you out of church or whatever it might be, out of the gym, wasting your time, wasting your energy, got to go, right? Set goals for yourself. You can accomplish them. Then shout out all my Christians. I want to say this. One of the things that it's time to leave behind in the past is worry and fear and stress. Yes, they're going to naturally happen, naturally come, but don't dwell on it. Don't dwell. You're getting older. I'm getting older. And it's time to move forward, time to capture the joy and excitement and the new beginnings of life, and what a refreshing time it can be. It's in Matthew 6:27, it says, and who of you, by being worried, can add a single hour to his life? Not me. Man, don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on things, especially that you can't control. If it's out of your control, man, move on. What can you control? What can you do? Oh, Aaron, I don't have money for a gym. Well, you have outside, and you can go run outside. You can go shoot some hoops and get your cardio in. Aaron, I don't have money to eat healthy. Well, you have money to go to McDonald's every day and buy that $1 Snickers bar and that $1 M&M the next day, and you have money for that restaurant. You know what it is you just got to sit down and budget, put money aside, and say, I'm going to go buy groceries, and I'm going to go home straight after work and make food, make dinner. And I'm going to cook up some chicken and rice, some broccoli, and I'm going to find a way to eat healthy. That's really what it is, right? That is something you can control. It's like baseball. You can't control the umpire. You can't control what the other team does. You can't control what your teammates do. What you can control is the pitches you swing at, how much effort you're putting into the team, how much effort you're putting in to your skill, your weightlifting, your speed training. You can control all of that. Your mental focus, your mental toughness. You control what you can control. Don't worry about things you can't add any time to your life with it. Don't dwell on it. Yes, they're going to happen naturally. Yes, worry, fear, all those things, anxiety, depression, they're going to come. But man, you can make them go for real. You can push through it. Call on God, call on Jesus, call on the name of the Lord, and he can help you through anything. Call your pastor, call your brothers, call your sisters. If you don't go to church anywhere, find a local community church and go there. If they're preaching the Bible, lock in, get your mind right, get your spirit right, make sure you're going to heaven, accept Jesus into your heart. And what a way to start the new year. I want to read one other scripture, Proverbs 1:5. Let me get this pulled up. Here we go. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. Listen, you don't know it all. I don't know it all. You need to change. I need to change. You need to grow. I need to grow. When you think you've figured it all out, take 5 steps back, 1 step to the left, 1 step to the right, and start dancing like a goofball, because that's what you are. No, listen to wise counsel, and man, set some goals for yourself. Set some standards, set some new disciplines for your life, for your finances, for your church, for your ministry, for your personal health, for you wanting to learn an instrument, you wanting to start a podcast, you wanting to record, you wanting to do what you wanting to learn, read more, whatever that might be. Write it down, stick to it, call me up, I'll hype you up, I'll get on the same page with you. If you want to compete in that triathlon, man, let me know. I'm excited for it. And you know what? One more thing, just to prove I'm not lying about being your hype man. My buddy from church, shout out Lupe, came up to me about a week left of December, said, "Hey, have you ever heard of the Murph challenge?" I said, "Yeah, Murph, Michael Murphy. If you guys have ever seen the movie Lone Survivor or read the book, Michael Murphy was one of the Navy SEALs that got killed. And Dave Castro wrote up a workout called the Murph, and it was actually in the CrossFit Games. But what it is, it's a mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, back to a mile run, and that's a workout. Lupe said, "Hey, I'm going to do this every day in January. Do you want to do it with me?" I was like, "You are an insane person." But I was like, "Sure, no problem. Let's do it. I'm excited for it." So this is whatever today is. This is our 5th day of doing it, or 6th day of doing it. And we've been doing 2-a-days, and man, it's going well. I thought I was going to be, I don't know. I am pretty tired. I'm exhausted sometimes, more than usual, because we've been working out twice a day, our normal workouts, and then we'll come back to the gym and hit Murph. But it's pretty gnarly. So listen, if you want me to hype you up, I will do it. If you want me to do something with you, I will do it to the best of my ability. I'm not perfect. I want to change. I want to learn. I want to grow. So if you have something for me to do, hey, I am ready. I hope you are too, for everything that this new year has in store. Help me with this podcast. Give me ideas. Give me people to talk to. Maybe I want to talk. Maybe you want to talk to me. Hey, let's do it. Doesn't have to be about politics. Doesn't have to be about sports. It can be about anything you want. And I'm excited. I love you guys. Happy New Year. I hope you have an amazing day. Hope you have an amazing January, February, all those good months, all the way back to December. And we'll be back here in 2023 saying the same thing. God is good. He loves you. He loves me. and he has a plan for your life, man. But sometimes it's going to take you focusing up, locking in, having faith, believing it, and walking in it. Man, you got to put those steps in front of each other, right? One step in front of the other, and you got to make it happen. You got to make it happen. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day.